Welcome to today's video. As you can see behind me, we are back at Sidex Japan, and we've actually been grinding on the Chaser for quite a while now. My goal when I got here, I did get here fairly late because I was planning to leave super early in the morning, but I needed sleep. That was a priority. Went to bed super late last night, and nobody likes grumpy, sleep-deprived Sam. So I slept in, and when we got here, we decided to smash out installing the Link, and I got lots of stuff to show you. It's actually super easy, everything we've done, and we've smashed it out in only a few hours, which is awesome. But this is the factory ECU. In fact,
could you try again?
I wasn't talking to you, Siri.
Okay.
Long story short, this is the manual ECU that was in my car. I did have a manual ECU, so we knew that that wasn't the problem. It was just because the J-pipe delete does a bunch of funny stuff at the factory ECU, and that was the issue that we were having. By the way, this is for sale. Right now, these are on Yahoo Auction and eBay for like $800 to $1,000 for a genuine manual one. So if anyone wants this, I guess $600, send me a DM on Instagram. So Fuster had an automatic one lying around. We went and used that one because we didn't want to chop up and destroy a manual one because they're worth money apparently. And this is the Link ECU installed into the OEM casing here. Made a nice little hole there, everything comes out there, map sensor, as well as my computer plug. And this will be the CAN plug for the CAN bus network that I'll also have the Lambda kit for wideband. So that's all done, close that up, put a nice big Link sticker over that, and we're done. ECU's ready to go in. Otherwise, everything else that we had to change, super easy and simple. In fact, I didn't have to run any expansion loom or anything like that. We were able to use the factory harness for the intake air temperature sensor here. These two wires you actually get from the MAF plug, and everything is in the book and it explains to you like which pin is which and how to wire it in. It's actually super awesome. So they give you like a full breakout. These little books that Link give you, I never throw these out because they are just so helpful, especially when they give you full pinouts and stuff of the full OEM harness. So yeah, we actually were able to just pull the wires out for the MAF plug all the way through to this harness and then run them under the intake manifold and get that those two wires pinned into that plug for there. I put the IAT sensor right in front of the throttle body, literally right in front of the butterfly in there. There's no butterflies in this section here, that's all been removed, so I wanted something that was a bit thicker as well to put the threads in because the intercooler piping, I don't have a bung for that. Now we could have just like welded a bit of thick alloy on there, but I mean it's just faster and we had the space there, so why not just do that? So that's what I did. And then the boost solenoid, we used the OEM boost solenoid plug and just wired it straight into the Link one. The only other wires I had to run through the firewall were for the CAN Lambda kit, this little guy here with the wideband sensor, which the bung was welded in on the downpipe down there. You can kind of make it out, it's really dark. This top one's not plugged in anymore, but there's one down there now. And that's kind of it. Intake air temperature sensor, the map sensor is built into the ECU, so we're good to go. I'm gonna do a quick test. We've already got the VAC line run in here as well, so I can plug that in and make sure we're all good. But I just want to test to make sure all the sensors are working, and then we'll get on to probably doing first crank and start. I'm excited. I'm really hyped about this, actually. I cannot wait to get this tuned tomorrow. I knew things were going too smoothly, okay? We just spent the last couple hours chasing our tails trying to work out why I couldn't get the IAT sensor working. And it turns out that this pinout, it does say up in here in red that there are at least 2 different wiring configurations for the Toyota 5-wire mass airflow sensors. And I guess the JZX100s are that different one. So we had to follow this and chase it and measure ohms to work out which 2 wires were which inputs on the ECU. And once we backtracked it, I figured it out. So to save anyone else the future trouble of this, I'm gonna teach you guys right now. Brown wire and the red with white line wire, that's for your IAT sensor. The 2 green wires, that's just another input that you can use for a map sensor if you want to add a map sensor in the engine bay. So, and then the black and red wire is 12 volt. You don't need that for anything really. So tucking that in the loom, we're going to put these in the loom at some point in the future. I may put a map sensor in the engine bay, so we'll keep those ready there. But the brown and red and white line wire is for your intake air temperature sensor. Trust me, that'll save you guys a ton of time in the future. And just to make sure, let's see if that comes on straight away. 16 degrees. Damn, it's cold here. Yeah. It's cold here. Good old Steve helping us sort everything out. Anyways, we're kind of ready for the first start now. So we just, I'm gonna load a map, base map, get all the sensors configured and calibrated, and then we should be ready to start. Guys, check this huge moth thing out. I have no idea what this is, but it just flew in here. Look at that guy. Oh my gosh, that looks insane. Is this a moth or what? My wife would be freaking out right now. No wonder Japanese girls are scared of moths here. That is like this is my hand. I don't know if these are, I remember reading that the moths in Japan can actually poison you. And this has some pretty crazy colors on it. That's insane. Finished calibrating sensors. I think we are ready for first crank. We neutral? Okay, here we go. Please work. What do you think of that, Pastor? Thank you, Jason. She's got a bit of a high idle. We got to fix that. Otherwise, we're looking pretty good.
Right band work? Hey.
Steve, tell me what's happened. Why is it 11 o'clock and like 5 hours after we last filmed?
Power.
So, two things happened. We're both so annoyed and frustrated about this. But two things happened. One, my heater core hose here was split up the top in weeping coolant, so we went and fixed that and put a new one on. Then I couldn't get the cam lambda to work, and for the longest time we went over everything, like triple, quad, trick, like checking everything like 10 times, and it was just the power source. The power source we were using was super noisy, and that was causing issues for the CAN, like the CAN bus network to work. So I'm actually using the cigarette lighter power source now because that's just a quick, easy fix until we can run a wire from like the battery with a relay. That's solid and working fine. So all because the power source we were originally using was just super noisy and loud. So there you go, the more you guys know. So everything's all together now. We're gonna slide this in the OEM position under here and get everything all tidied up. Everything is now working as it should, and I mean, we were gonna go home, but now we're getting the timing light out and getting ready to get this thing running. But this thing is an entirely new monster. Can you give it some sauce? Give it some real sauce. More. Okay. That turbo sounds really responsive. Dude, it sounds so good. All right, we're gonna set base timing. We probably should have done that before giving it some sauce a bit there, but she'll be right. It's a JZ. Whew! I'm excited, man. Time warping ahead. It is the next day. We are at Ebisu Circuit down here at the sheds, and we're getting ready to set and lock in base timing. Once that's good, we got to calibrate the VVTi solenoid and get all of that kind of situated. Then we can start doing some pulls and tuning this thing. But I am so impressed by just how good this base map is that Jason sent me over. We're not gonna have to do too much, I don't think. It's running pretty minty. Like, AFRs are looking pretty good on idle, which is awesome. I think we're idling at about, like, I turned it up from 850 to 900 just to have a little bit there in case we need it coming off throttle, but whew, she's looking real good. Okay guys, so I've been really busy right now doing a whole bunch of pulls and stuff like that, getting this thing dialed in really nice. And you can see I've been working away at the map here pretty much everywhere I can get in second and third gear pulls. And once I get this really dialed, I'm gonna try and like interpolate that, so where it kind of like calculates roughly based off this that I've been able to fill out where the rest of the table should be at. I'll do that later tonight when I'm at the hotel. I'm just trying to get this dialed in for second and third gear and some drifting and stuff. And then what I'm gonna do is call a few friends and get them to help me from like Link USA and stuff. But this weekend's really busy because of Formula Drift. So I'm gonna do the best I can until I can get a hold of them. But yeah, we're doing pretty good. Everything's looking really nice and it feels spicy. I've got this dialed now where we can do pretty much a bit of fun in second and third gear. So we're at Nishi course. Kind of like one of the big bonuses right now is we get to drive this like every normal day now, just because, you know, some of the other tracks are closed and stuff. They open this up now, and it's really nice to be able to be just out here shredding Nishi, and it's not Missouri, so that feels good. But yeah, I'm gonna get back out there, do some more pulls and stuff like that, do some more data logging, and but yeah, man, this thing feels so good and it sounds amazing too. Back down to the shop to get some tires and tools, and then we're going to head up to North Course and have a bit of fun there, and just keep data logging and making changes to the map whenever we hit different cells that we haven't been in. But I have like I have interpolated like a few things like around like the general map and stuff, so that, you know, if we do fall into those, we won't be super rich or super lean. We'll kind of be in the medium, and then we can kind of make adjustments from there. But I cannot get over this thing. I literally cannot. It is insane. Last time, like when this thing was running, so the stock turbo, we ran 1 bar of boost. With the other turbo that blew up at Matsuri and only lasted 2 days, we're running 1.2 bar of boost. This is running 1 bar of boost and is way more responsive, way more like faster, and just has a lot of grunt in it compared to the rest. So I am really shocked actually, going up to a bigger turbo, keeping the same compressor housing, a little bit of a bigger exhaust housing, but this thing still feels really responsive. Now, this thing's gonna be even more responsive when I start playing around with the ignition timing. Right now, I'm kind of keeping it at the base map. It's really low. There's a lot more timing still left in this, so we can get a lot more like mid-range power and stuff. And I can also play a little bit more with the VVTi. But right now, I just want to have a bit of fun. I haven't driven this thing in a while, and it's safe for me to drive in 2nd and 3rd gear right now. So I'm going to do that. Obviously, keep the laptop logging, and I'll probably turn on closed lambda as well, just so like we've got a safety there. But this thing feels so good. It's crazy, and hopefully it stays like this for a very long time. So I want to take this opportunity to just say a massive thank you to Dishworks for sponsoring me with all my fueling needs, for Link ECU for the ECU and all the sensors and everything we needed there, and then Garrett for the Gen 2 GTX 3071R core, and then GCG Japan as well for building that custom turbo for me. This thing feels incredible. I also have to thank Sidex Japan, because those guys always do pretty much all the hard work for me. I actually had them do all new seals, timing belt, like full timing service on this while it was down, just because, like, you know, typical 1J leaky valve cover and stuff. But man, I'm so hyped on this. Gonna get some new tires and tools in. Let's head up to North Course. Just got to North Course. FDRX7 out. That's cool. Oh man, it feels like I haven't been here in months. Oh, so glad we got the chaser back, man. Every week I'm pretty much coming to Ebisu now for seat time until the S15's back up and running, which shouldn't be too much longer. We're still just waiting for a bell housing to come from Mazworks. Anyways, let's jump in the car, switch to the GoPro, and see what the, well, by the way, I forgot to tell you, we've got a new 4.1 diff in this. Let's see what it feels like for North Course. 3rd gear clutch entries should be much better. Of course, we got the laptop, data logging all going on there. So keeping things safe, obviously. But probably in the next few days, I'll keep working on the tuning, get it dialed. But I'm just glad we're able to have some seat time at the same time, which is so good. Let's get back to it. What do all the cool kids do these days? Something like this, right? All right. Let's give it some sauce, boys. also noticed is there's a pretty big discrepancy in what my DEFI gauges are telling me than what the ECU tells me. So the sensors are actually, like, for the ECU, we're saying we're almost like a full 10 degrees colder than what this is telling me. Probably just because of the position of where the sensors are. Like, the ECU sensor is like right on the manifold where the water comes in. So I guess like it's a lot cooler there than the top of the radiator, which is where the sensor is for the DEFI gauges. Anyways, I'm gonna keep going through my log and tidy this up, but track time's pretty much done for today. All right guys, going through the death tunnel, and I wanted to bless your ears with just the sound of perfection. Sounds so good now. I can't get over the change in note that the JZ has now, just because of like the little bit of a bigger rear housing and different turbo. It's so much better. P.S. how beautiful does this look now that it's like coming into summer here? All the green, so nice coming down. All right, let's get to the shed, pack up, and we'll go from there. All right, Chaser, you did well today. You did well. Obviously, we still got a bunch more to do tomorrow. It's pretty hard, like at Ebisu with the circuits and stuff, to kind of get like consistent pulls and try and work stuff out. And obviously doing pulls and then is going to lend you an entirely different cell to what drifting does. So we're having a lot of fun, huge learning curve, but I'm enjoying it. Tomorrow I'm going to play around with ignition timing and get that all dialed in. So we should see a lot more response down low and maybe some more power up the top end too, faster spool, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, overall the thing drives and feels so much better than it ever has. The 4.1 diff in the rear really helped. As well as I went back to 7 kilogram springs in the rear. So my current setup with the BCs is like dialed and perfect, 26 springs in the front. Long stroke struts in the front. In the rear, I think is a DS series shocks with the 7 kilo springs. It's dialed. This is like the perfect Ebisu spec chaser coilover set right now. It feels so good. So anyways, that aside, I'm going to jump back into the K-Van, the mighty K-Van, and we're going to head to my favorite hotel mountain, soak in the onsen, maybe play on the racing simulator, and call it a day. Such a fun day. We definitely need to do an update video as well and show you guys all the progress for the repairs and everything after the earthquake. I can't get over how beautiful it is out here now that it's summer. Like how green everything is. I guess I was just used to like coming out here so much in winter and autumn. Made it back to the hotel, and before I jump on this expensive sim and get a bit of seat time in, I just wanted to say thank you for watching. Smash that like button, subscribe, and write us a comment if you haven't already. I'm going to enjoy resting tonight. Keep an eye out for some epic Ebisu content coming. We're going to be doing an update and showing you all the repairs and stuff like that, which will be really, really good. But with that, guys, I will see you in the next one. Peace out. Before I say John Martinet, it feels so good to have the chaser back, and it's because of you guys. Wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. Thank you. Bye.